Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. Let's have a look at my first time clear of Marlboro, where I also get all of the missions in one go, so that's pretty cool. And this is my team here. I tried a bunch of character combinations over like 3 days. Finally I settled on this one, and then actually I beat this with Zargabath maybe a couple of days before he gets his enhancements. After he gets his enhancements, he's going to be better, of course. But I found him good enough to use in here, so let's have a look at him. I gave him a Golem so he can use Provoke, and then I'm also going to use Equip Light Shield and then also the Moogle plushie in order to give him that additional Provoke, so that he can be my Provoke tank. And I'm also giving him 100% Evade, so he can take all those physical attacks without taking any damage. And he's got some other abilities like buffs and things. My AoE magic tank is Schilt. He's still the first one that I got, so he's my favorite. He's all potted up. Lots of spirit stuff and 100% dark resistance. And then my healer as usual is Ayaka. And then I'm giving her a little bit of MP refresh and then also limit break fill. Although I won't need her limit break, I think, for this run. And then my main damage dealer is Barbarisha. And then she has the Ifrit Esper so that she can get the Plant Slayer. And then also so she can summon the guy to get that mission at the end. And then to chain with her is Alexa, who I just pulled. I tried to raise her MP as high as I could. And it's funny, I totally skipped Nicole's banner, but then I realized I wanted Lexa. Shantoto wasn't really doing it for me, so I spent one 4-star ticket and I got her immediately, so that was very cool. Okay, but let's move over to the fight, and then my friend is going to be Leela. She has an AoE attack, which also breaks spirit, so that can help me get a little bit more damage. And then also, break the spirit so that Barbarisha and Lexa can do more damage. Okay, here we go. So Schilt is going to use the AoE magic wall every turn if he can. And then Zargabath is going to provoke. So that way Zargabath will take the physical attacks and then Schilt will take the magic attacks. And that should protect my party pretty much every turn. Barbarisha and Lexa, they will chain their Tornado and then Erosia. And then Leela will break everybody's spirit with her Heaven something, and also do some AoE damage there. And then Ayaka will do whatever is needed for that turn. Restore HP, or heal guys, or if she doesn't have to do either of those things, she can re-raise on guys. So I'm going to cast Re-Raise on my 2 tanks, and that should be fine. Alright, so from that first turn we got the little Malboros down to 68%. I don't want to take them down to 11 or less, because otherwise they will explode themselves. And then the turn that I want to take them down on is going to be turn 4, every 4th turn. If I do that, then the big Marlboro, his special attack, Devour, will be disabled. And Devour is very bad because he will probably devour my Zargabath, who is covering all the physical attacks. Which means that the physical attacks will get through and then hit my other guys, and then maybe have a good chance of taking them down. Alright, so the little guys are taken down to 24%. So that means if I did another attack on the 3rd turn, I would take them down. So the 3rd turn I'm actually going to wait with Barbarisha and Lexa. I won't do damage with them that turn. On the 4th turn, then I'll do that Tornado Erosia chain again and then take them down. And disable that Devour attack. I experimented with different teams with like different levels of damage that they do. One thing you could do is you could take down the little guys every 2 turns, and then that would still line up with every 4 turns of the big one. But I didn't feel very comfortable with that. Sometimes I wasn't able to make it in 2 turns, and so it would kind of mess up my my rhythm. So I stuck with the 4-turn takedown. The ideal way would be to take down the little guys every turn. Then you wouldn't even need to think about the turn count. But unfortunately, I don't have any team that can do that, so we'll go with the standard every 4 turns. Okay, I think Barbarisha used the MP and HP regen. That's one nice side ability that she has. Zargabath is going to be my main MP tank, or MP battery, and then he uses that with Rejuvenate. He's usually going to use it on Lexa because she doesn't have any MP recovery, I think. And then she, of course, uses a lot of MP with her Tornado and Erosia. Alright, it is the 4th turn, so I'm going to want to take down the little guys. I'm going to check Zargabath and Schilt, make sure that they have their AoE Magic Shield or the Provoke. And then when Zargabath's Provoke is up, then I'll use Arcadian Light, which will boost all of my guys' stats. And also their, status ailment resistance. Marlboro shoots out the Bad Breath, which will give all my guys status ailments. A lot of my guys have, Ribbon or the Metal Slime Shield or something to give them that resistance. But in some cases, like my friend Leela, she does not have all of the status resistance, so we'll get that from Zargabath. Okay, so Schilt took that AoE magic attack, went down, but he did have the re-raise, so he was able to come back. I took down the 2 little guys in the same turn on that 4th turn, and so now the big Marlboro, his skin softens, which means his defense goes down, which means I'll be able to damage him this turn and then the next turn. So with Lexa and Barbarisha, I'll go back to chaining the Tornado Erosia. Of course, doing damage to the little guys, also doing some damage at the same time to the big guy. And that's about it for how it's going to go the first 50% of the big Marlboro's life. So yeah, every 4 turns, take down the 2 little guys, and then just keep up defenses, keep up the damage. So yeah, let's fast forward the video until we get to about 50%. Okay, turn 14. Great Marlboro is down to 51%. Little Marlboros are at 57. Once I go beyond the 50% threshold on the big Marlboro, his attack pattern will change, where he will do the Devour every 3 turns. So I'm going to want to have to take down the 2 little guys every three turns rather than every 4. And then my team is equipped to do this because I was waiting anyways during the 4 turns. So yeah, I shouldn't have a problem doing this. Alright, skin was softened. We used another Tornado Erosia chain, took down the Great Marlboro to 43. And then I'm a little bit hazy still on how the turn count changes exactly. Like, I don't know how to count from now to know when the Devourer is going to come. So I'm going to have to guess which turn I have to take down the little Marlboros. Okay, let's put up some defenses here. And then also crossing the 50%, the big Marlboro will cast Gone Mad on himself, or Crazy Mad, or whatever it is, where he gets a very big buff to himself. So I'm going to want to dispel that with Ayaka. Gone Mad, there it is. Okay, lots of counterattacks from Zargobath. We'll get lots of LB crystals and then Esper orbs. And then earlier, on one of the turns when I was waiting with Barbarisha, I summoned the Ifrit Esper so that I could clear that mission. And then now I'm trying to decide if I want to take down the little Marlboros this turn or not, since I'm not sure about the turn count. Alright, so we'll dispel the big Marlboro's buff. That also dispels the little Marlboro's elemental resistance, which can be a good idea to get rid of anyway, because that will lessen the damage that you do to them. But my Lexa and Barbarisha pair, they were doing enough damage that they could actually go through the elemental resistance, and I could still be on pace to take them down on the correct turn. So I didn't really need to use Dispel on the little guys. Alright, but I am going to choose this turn to take down the little guys, and hopefully this is the one that the big Marlboro will use Devour. Alright, so there they go. Zargobath has his Provoke and his Arcadian Light, so let's restore some MP to Lexa. Okay, so Marlboro used his Bad Breath this turn, which was also the turn that he was going to use Devour, so I guessed right on the turn count, so we bypass that Devour. Alright, but now I'm pretty set on the turn count again, so now I just need to bring everybody down to 0% as close as I can. Every 4 turns from now there will be a Tentacle Rampage, which is like a super AoE physical attack. Or a physical... I think it's a physical... it's a magical attack. So Schilt will block that. He will go down, so he will need re-raise for those turns. But yeah, otherwise just follow the same pattern as over 50%, just every 3 turns rather than every 4. But yeah, let's speed up the video again until we get close to 0% on the Great Marlboro. Okay, turn 25. Great Marlboro's at 2%. So I need to get rid of all of the Marlboros on the same turn so that none of them revives the other. This is tricky because I can really only do damage to the Great Marlboro when he has his skin softened. But in order to do that, I need to take down the little guys the previous turn. But once I take them down, they'll come back at 100%. So that means I need to somehow take down the two little guys down from 100% to 0, and then also do damage to the boss. As I explained earlier, I do not have a setup where I can take down the little Marlboros down from 100% to 0 in one turn. So I need to think about how I'm going to do this. Alright, but this might work. Here the Marlboro skin is softened, and then the two little Marlboros are at 60%. So if I can go from 60 to 0 on the little guys, maybe I can clear it on this turn. But with Zargobath and Schilt and Ayaka, we'll do the usual defensive support stuff. And then with Leela, I'm going to use her Limit Break instead of her usual AoE Heaven attack. Because there's another achievement where if you take down the Great Marlboro with a Limit Break, then you'll get another mission. So we'll try to use that there. Zargobath is berserked, unfortunately, so he's not going to be able to, use his usual skills like provoke or that kind of thing. So I'm also working on my defenses a little bit. Alright, so there is the Limit Break from Leela, and then let's chain the Tornado and Erosia with my other two characters, and let's see what happens here. Okay, so we took down the big Marlboro, but we did not take down the little Marlboros enough. So big Marlboro comes back at 100%. So yeah, we kind of have to start from the beginning, but the big Marlboro has like an all-new ability. I think it's called No Allies Around, where it's kind of like skin softened, and that lasts for the next couple turns. Which gives us a chance to kind of bring him down to 100 or down to 0% again. So yeah, was not able to do that there. So that will add some time to the overall clear, but I still have my chances to get it. As we saw there, however, the last hit was Leela's Limit Break. And then actually this will count as taking down the Marlboro with the Limit Break, even though it doesn't clear the quest. And then I've also heard that if you revive the Great Marlboro, and then on the second takedown, if you use a Limit Break there, it doesn't count. So I kind of lucked into that and cleared that quest, even though I wasn't quite sure what I was doing. But yeah, the Great Marlboro is taken back to 100%. But he stays at the every 3 turns pattern for his Devour, so I'm going to have to try to get back on that rhythm. But again, I wasn't super sure on how the timing of the turns was going to work with the new ability of the No Allies Around and that kind of thing. So yeah, again, I'm going to have to guess when the Devour comes. And then I am going to be devoured a couple times as I work Great Marlboro down to 0% again. But yeah, let's speed up the tape again here once we get Great Marlboro down to close to 0% for the second time. Okay, turn 51. I kind of tripped up a couple of times there. I got devoured. I took down the little guys too far in their HP, so they exploded me. But here we are. And then the Great Marlboro is under 10% HP. So one more chain should do it. So we'll get the chain of Tornado and Erosia up again. Let's break everybody's spirit, use that. And then the Great Marlboro has still the defense up, so this is not going to take him down. But it will lower the little Marlboros to 31%, and then one more chain to them will also take them down. So I just need one more chain, and then that should do it. And so I have the little Marlboros down to 31%, and then just miraculously, I don't know how, but the skin softened on the Great Marlboro this turn. So actually with one more chain I could do it. Zargobath was devoured, but he wouldn't have anything to do this turn anyway. So I'm just going to get my guys ready to do that last chain. Just in case something goes wrong, with Schilt we'll use his AoE magic wall again. With Ayaka, I want to use Esunaga so that I can wake up Leela there. I had given up on getting the limit break clear, so we'll just use her spirit break instead. Get that chain ready. And there we go. Crossing my fingers. Alright. Great Marlboro comes down to 0%, spits out Zargobath. Zargobath hits him and takes him down, and the little guys are gone too, so we got the clear. Pretty funny ending too. It was funny to have Zargobath be spat out at the end there. Alright, Marlboro's Tentacle there. Really good weapon for Barbarisha. And somehow I was shocked, but I got the Defeat Great Marlboro with a Limit Burst mission. And yeah, that did turn out to be because of what I did the first time I took down the Great Marlboro with Leela's limit break. And then, yeah, as you saw, I did not use a limit break on that final turn. It was the first one that counted. But yeah, I also evoked Ifrit, used no items, so I got all of the missions in one go, and very happy about that. But yeah, that was easily the most difficult quest that I've cleared in this game. I think most people agree that it is the most difficult quest for anyone in this game. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.